breeze, and welcome back to Krown's magical Boomer Cave.
Boomer Cave? What the fuck? We did not agree upon that introduction. Anyways, welcome back to Krown's Crypto Cave. Not for boomers, although boomers are certainly welcomed here because I actually am a little bit of one, seeing as I do have gray hairs on not just my head, but also my sack as well. And what's up, Miss Scott Carney? Owl VY. What targets at 52-week high is broken? Sir, can I get through the fucking analysis first? Yeah, man, we'll look at that later. Again, it is a little bit more difficult for me to kind of pull up comments once they've been, once a little bit of time has transpired, but I'll do my best to get back to that one after we get through the main rigmarole here. But with that said, I would like to wish you the best, and the happiest on this nice little Monday morning, the first trading day of the new month of May, or real trading day, that is. Weekend doesn't count for me. Anyways, with that said, let's get into the Krown Chain application over here, which can be found at app.currency.net. And we don't really see all that many new things actually on the dashboard today. Fear and greed index pretty much at the same level that we saw it from yesterday. Bitcoin dominance headed down a little bit more from yesterday to today as well, as essentially Ethereum and the ERC20 tokens, yeah, those guys, carrying the rally up this one. And the Bitcoin dominance continues to falter a little bit more as Bitcoin more or less ranges on the higher term timeframes. Open interest on Bitcoin did head up about 100 million from yesterday to today. Nothing too consequential right there. We don't really see any break of the range. No major changes as far as like the last few weeks have gone. More or less just ranging as that does adjust. But what I really want to see, if we are going to see a change in behaviors, I want to see a break of the high term time frame range. It's going to be about $62,000 to the upside versus about I think it was $48,000 to the downside, plus open interest shooting up. If that condition is met, I'm looking for big bad moves in that direction, whichever way that it does break. And again, long term, I am still bullish on Bitcoin. I do not think that the macro top is in. In fact, I think that the macro top is very far from in right now. However, could we have a long-term top? Perhaps yes, but today's all about Ethereum, baby. Anyways, top 10 best coins, top 10 worst coins. We got Maker, Theta Fuel, Uniswap, Terra, Waves, Ontology, Hedera, Hashgraph. What the fuck is that, man? Ravencoin, Stellar. Stellar's back in the mix. Holy shit. I remember that one from back in 2018. Polygon, all winners in the double digit, or almost all double digits or more. And top 10 worst coins, we got Phantom, Bitmax, Nexo, Crypto. Oh, that's the MCO one. Remember Monaco from way back in the day? Cello, Synthetics, Decred, Zcash, Solana, and Chainlink. Oh wait, Chainlink's not really that down all that much. Just barely below a shade of a fraction of a percent. Anyways, into the market data tab we go, and let's see what we got going on up here. I actually wanted to keep a keen eye on the funding rate right now, as we do see, do we see anything kind of taking up? Yeah, we do see Binance kind of taking up a bit here, as is Deribits somewhat, but not, it's still nothing consequential. So I don't really look at anything as very threatening here as far as the long term goes. Sometimes you can get some obvious biases just based off the funding rates, but in this case, I do not believe we have that right now. Even FTX, which is showing way the fuck out there, it's actually not even above the 0.1% region, where I start to look at this as more or less concerning, if you will. Anyways, let me make sure that my microphone is working. My microphone is working. Video is on as well. And I fucked up YouTube, so probably no one's going to be able to see this video, but that's okay, man. That's all right, as it's just us, my friends. Just hold out your hands, we'll hodl each other, and we'll just watch Mr. Buterol go to the fucking moon and beyond, perhaps. Anyways, anything else that we haven't really spoken about already, or haven't really referenced over the last few days? I mean, I'm not seeing anything different as far as the interpretation of open interest versus price action goes here. Funding rate is somewhat ticking up. I wouldn't say that it's certainly, or I'd certainly not say that it's trending up just yet. In fact, it's quite literally the opposite. It's trending down over a long period of time. But again, I don't really see anything that deserves any more attention than what we've already given it. So it's time to go into the charts themselves. Let's check out Mr. Buterol, of which I want to follow up on yesterday's analysis, especially on the higher term timeframes here, because I do think that Mr. Buterol is really the key in this market for right now. Of course, you know, I wouldn't say each and every one of the majors kind of takes their turns, but certainly Mr. Buterol is kind of like one of the more well-known coins, we'll say, behind Bitcoin. And seeing as Bitcoin kind of already played out, it's like 300%, or sorry, it was like, well, what exactly was it? About a 300% move above its prior time high, something like that. I think it's Ethereum's time now to rock and roll. And what do we see as far as last night's closure on the weekly happened? Well, we do see that it did close above the topside Toronto band. That is rather interesting, because that will imply that the topside Toronto band now becomes a bit of a basing point for price action. That's all the way down at about 29.30ish region, and you can see that we've already pretty much tested that with a current low on this weekly at about 29.49.70. And I would essentially be looking for this week to continue with the new all-time high party, and probably over the next few weeks, to be quite honest with you. Anytime that we have seen this sort of specific specific signature where we do see Mr. Buterol closing above the top side Toronto band on the weekly. We typically do see some pretty impressive continuation phases, as we will identify right here coming out of this space. You can see that Ethereum started closing above the top side Toronto band right here, and then boom, all the way up to your next high, about a 300% move. Not bad at all. And of course, we do have another small iteration right here. Now, admittedly, this one did not work out as well, of course, because, well, we weren't necessarily in a macro bullish market at this point, still kind of consolidating on the lows, but about 70% up from signal given to next major high. Rather interesting. Just keep these numbers in the back of your mind's eye, because I do think, or at least I would like to reference them as we go forwards. Even on this one right here, which was quite literally the least impressive of them all, the one that was not even that great, still 37.25% move to the upside from signal given to next high. If we go back to the last prior major signals, which were in a much more comparable market cycle, as you do see that Ethereum was in a weekly uptrend already during this point, then I do think that this is a little bit more relevant to what we're looking at right now. And you can see from the last breakout to next major high, we got a 250% move right there. Same thing, or I wouldn't say same thing just yet, but perhaps the same thing over here. We get another, actually 500% move to the upside. Not bad based off that signal. And then what do we have on this one? The first one coming in from 2017. Oh, that's another 300+% move. So if you were paying attention, then you probably noticed that about 300% was the average for these moves transpiring. And even in like the most least impressive cases, when Ethereum was admittedly in a completely different market cycle. I mean, this was, the accumulation phase down here, still about 30% or 40% to the upside, which was, well, that's quite the signal. Anyways, we got a first closure above the topside Toronto band yesterday. So what does that imply? Well, if we are going off this historically speaking, what would be relevant? What would be reasonable? Not to say that this is implied, not to say that this is guaranteed, but if we are going to look at this historically speaking, what would, just playing around with numbers, what would 300% look like on this price action? Actually, before we even do 300%, let's just do fucking 30%, because that sounds rather interesting to myself. And what do you know? 30%, which was obviously the least impressive of those moves, would bring Mr. Buterol back up to, well, maybe not back up to, because it's never been there, but would bring it up to about 3650-ish region. Not bad at all, but again, that was in a completely different market cycle. It'd be a lot more reasonable to compare it to the last bullish market cycles, which we did see a very clear and obvious signal somewhere around the 300%. On the lower side, we saw about 250% from signal given to next major high, and on the upper end, we did say about 500. I'd say about 300 is a little bit more of a reasonable average of those. And if we were to add 300% from our current closing high from the top side Toronto band to price action, where that put Mr. Buterol, well, just for reference, if we're at 200%, that's already at $8,000 right there. If we go to 250, that's just below $10,000. So that $10,000 targets that people have been talking about doesn't sound all that crazy, perhaps. And if we were to really go for it on a 350% move or 300% move, that actually bring Mr. Buterol above $10,000. So do I think that Mr. Buterol can get above $10,000 in this cycle? Yes, I do think that it is relevant and reasonable over a long period of time. Now, admittedly, these signals do take some time to actually transpire. This one over here took all the way from middle of November to the next major high in middle of February. So that would be December, January, February, 3 fucking months right there. And nobody's got time for that. Neither do I, but fair enough. Anyways, you can go to the last few ones over here too. And again, this one starts in about middle of November, actually. Funny how that actually works out. And then where do we see the actual next high? In the early portion of January. So about a month and a half, it looks like right there, to just under 2 months. And then what do we see in this one over here from late April all the way to about middle of June, we'll say. So April, May, June, about 3 months. So again, very, very interesting right there. And we do see this prior one over here from 20th of February 2017 to next major high in about a month later. Yeah, February to end of March. So a little bit over a month right there. So seeing as this signal is literally just happening right now, as of last night, 8 p.m. Eastern time, I would be looking for this party to continue probably over the next couple months here, at the very least the next month. And on top of that, I would be looking for obviously new all-time highs alongside that. Now, of course, we also saw this continued on the monthly as well. I just want to point this out. Obviously, if the weekly is going to be doing it, the monthly is going to be doing it as well. And in this case, the monthly being a much higher term time frame than a weekly, basically 4x that time frame. I'd be looking at this as yet again another very powerful signal right here. And momentum oscillators seem to agree with that. Do not pay attention to the hash ribbons on this one. It does not matter for Mr. Buterol. It's not optimized optimized for this chart, obviously. But let's go back to the weekly and see what our momentum oscillators say. We do see that the DMI plus is once again getting a positive slope, so I do like that. Also, we do see that the ADX is strengthening along the same side as well, and this is being accompanied by increasing momentum on the MACD histogram, while it does essentially make new all-time highs and trending above the top side Toronto band, plus SMI is trending up at the same time too, admittedly in the critical zone. Yes, so how much more on this run do we have? Well, I mean, as we kind of showed, things get a little more crazy in the last push of these, of these sort of more impressive parabolic runs. But in this case right here, everything kind of turning up at the same time, and I would say that's more or less good. Of course, we also do have the 2-day, 3-day also falling through as well. But before we get to that, let's look at the daily right here. And sort of the thing that I look for on the daily is that as long as we're trending above the top side Toronto band, I look at this as a trend in motion likely to create new all-time highs until it essentially does not. How does it does not? Well, you get a failure around the top side Toronto band. In this case, I'd want to see an open and closure below before kind of denoting the next sort of major medium-term high, if you will. But as it stands right now, we are once again trending above and looking pretty damn good. Again, all momentum oscillators falling through right here. DMI, ADX doing the same thing as what we saw on the weekly. Even the SMI is turning up on momentum as well, and MACD obviously falling through on this whole tip here too. All this looks good to me and more. Obviously, the 2-day closed above the top side Toronto band last night as well, so all of this is looking incredibly good. And the 3-day, I believe, closes tonight. Yes, indeed, it does at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Any sort of a closure above 2900-ish region, and I'd essentially be looking for Mr. Budol to continue the rally into the end of this week at the very least. Without any like major pullbacks, that is. Anyways, let's go over here, and I want to reference a few things on this other chart, on my main charts over here. We do see that the weekly TSI is also turning up as well. Now, this is after testing the same area that we have been based off of since essentially December 2019. So getting all these major lows along this rally. So getting this low right here, getting this low right here, getting this low right here, getting this low more recently right here. So I do look for all of these signals to kind of, well, play out in the same way in essence. But let's kind of measure these out just from a bullish or, just from a TSI perspective here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it from test on this trend line to the next high on the weekly that we do see from this. And let's just see if there's any rhyme or reason with this. Actually, I haven't done this before, so I just want to see myself. We can see a 129% move right there. Not bad. We get the next one right here from last low to next major high. I'd say that that's right here, right there at about 100%. Then what's our next test after that? That would be right here. I'd say 26th of October. So that would be this little dildo right here, of course. And what do we see on this one? From that area to the next high, 350%, not bad. And of course, we do go back in time and kind of test the last few weekly TSI signals that were actually in the bullish buy zone as well. We can see that we actually only have a few iterations here, which is not optimal, obviously. But I'm just curious if there's any sort of rhyme or reason going on with some of these, of which we do see the last major one in the context of a macro bullish market was right here actually, and that did produce a nice move about 350% once again. And other than that, we actually don't have any iterations, so it's not as helpful as I'd like it to be. But on top of that, we don't see, HVP is not even getting fucking yellow right now. So I do look for this rally to continue over the long period of time, essentially. Very likely the next 2 to 3 months, if I had to guess. And that very likely does come, or that would imply new all-time highs alongside that as well. Hey, what's up, Thundering? Is it Thundering? Or almost read that wrong. Hello, Krown. Watched for about a month, and with the entertainment you provided, I am up. Nice. I like to be up as well, sir. It's called the blue pill. 2K in Ethereum is now 3K. Nice, man. It's all I can invest, but thanks. Really, hey man, at the end of the day, man, congratulations to you. It sounds like you're kind of just getting started in this world. That's awesome, man. I'm very glad to hear that your first forays into the very dastardly degenerate world of trading are successful. Understand though, this is a macro bullish market, sir. Doesn't take fucking brains right now, man. And there are plenty of fucking apes who are making way more money than someone like myself, who's been trading for Jesus Christ, man, a long time now. And what I would say is, what you'll probably notice over these next few, maybe year, maybe next few months, the real skill is going to be realizing those profits. So hey man, I'm very happy to hear for your success, and I don't want to downplay it at all, because it's obviously always a good thing. But I do have to say my piece on this, because I hope that it can in some way help. So please understand my intention, that my intention right now is to help, not to make you feel bad about that. But one of the worst things that I think a lot of people can, that not that can happen to a lot of people, but just a lot of people get involved with, have to take some responsibility for that, would be essentially joining trading or learning trading in a macro bullish market like what we're seeing right now, basically like a parabolic, market essentially. The reason why I say that is because this is, not what is going to be happening all the fucking time. In fact, this is a very small snippet of what typically does happen, which is more or less a range on the higher term timeframes, as you do see was going on for the better part of the last 3 years over here, and for a good portion over here, and for pretty much the first year of its what's it called, life. And while cryptos do have a little bit more of an impressive chart over the long period of time, over the short amount of time that they have been around, it should be denoted that, hey man, this game is a lot more difficult than what it is right now. But hey, at the end of the day, that's for you to decide. And I do hope that in some way can help, because what I would say is, at the end of the day, make sure that you realize your gains, because it is a fact. It is just a fact of fucking nature that at some point the party will be over. I'm not necessarily saying that this thing's going to go back down to zero. It's probably not. No, I do think that Ethereum is here to stay, as is Bitcoin, but you're probably going to see some very, very nasty downside turns. It's not going to just be as simple as hitting the green button at some point. But for right now, hey, that's, it's not the worst strategy, to be fair. Hey, what's up, Go Lucky? Ethereum to Uranus. What the fuck, man? I do not like this sound. Anyways, okay, cool. So let's see. While we're on here on the main charts, let's see if there's any obvious signals on the daily. Daily is obviously still following through with the hidden bullish divergence call that we identified about a week and a half ago. I think the 2-day was not building one, nope, but just kind of continuation. And 3-day, yes, did confirm one a couple of dildos ago, and we're still seeing continuation on top of this one as well. I'd be looking for this to head up all the way to the critical zone right here. So again, pretty much everything that I'm looking at on the higher term timeframes for Mr. Buterol specifically does suggest that we do see continuation here to new all-time highs, very likely to the next projected targets. I think medium term was about 3,300-ish region. Let's see if we have it on right here. Indeed, I do, and I have it between about 32 to 3,300-ish region. We're getting very, very close right here, and I would be looking for a bit of a medium-term top within this region. Do I think that we're going to top out for forever within this region? No, I do not. I think it's only going to be a very short and medium-term type thing, and very likely Ethereum will head up to the next projected targets, with areas of interest along the way. But as we did identify on the higher term timeframes at the beginning of this video, those are very likely to be overshadowed. At least we're going over this in a historical way. Okay, cool. All right. Jesus Christ, man. What's up, Tokyo? There he is. Moon, you need a plan. How dare you suggest something reasonable like that, Tokyo channel? Moon Raccoon says, how do you realize gains without removing yourself from the market? Just sell half. Okay, so how do you realize gains without removing yourself from the market, sir? God damn, this is like this question is scary. How do you remove yourself? How do you realize gains without removing yourself from the market? You don't, sir. You fucking don't. Or you could trade derivatives contracts against your positions. But it sounds like you're probably newer if you're asking a question like that. Again, not trying to talk down to you, just trying to meet you where you're at. And there's nothing wrong with leaving the market for a little bit of time. You can always come back, sir. You can always fucking come back. But how do you realize gains without removing yourself from the market? I mean, that quite literally is what it means to realize the goddamn gains. You're gonna have to do that at some point, unless you just blindly want to hodl this to the day that you die, which fair enough. I mean, maybe you can make work, maybe you can take out fucking loans against your equity or something like that. I don't know if banks will let you do that at this point, but unless if they do, I don't really see a major reason to be holding anything until the day that you die, because then you can't fucking use it. What's the point of owning it if you don't fucking use it? Anyways, my point is that God damn. Oh my God. Hold on. I have to read this comment right here too. Triple FSAW key says, Krown, I'm stuck on your welcome screen on your Discord and I've done everything to enter. Have you listened to the identifier bot, sir? You gotta do that, man. Elsa's laughing in the background because she gets like a fucking email about this every goddamn day. And it's like, oh man, we got someone else who's new to the internet right now. We're gonna have to teach him how to fucking how to respond to a DM. But fair enough. I do understand it's a little bit confusing for most people who are especially new to Discord or aren't familiar with our channel. Yeah, you do have to go through an extra hoop where you basically respond to the alt-identifier bot and verify yourself, and then you'll get access to the general Discord. There's also a video on it in the description, or sorry, not in the description of this channel, but on the channel video for this channel. So if you're subscribed to this channel and you go to the home page, then it's the one that automatically plays and it'll run you through it. But I imagine most people who have a modicum of experience with the internet, that's not going to be an issue for you. It's very, very simple. However, you do need to respond to the alt identifier within 10 minutes or he will kick you, and then you can rejoin actually again. So it's not really a big deal. Anyways, Neurostrutton says, bruh, can you take a look at your favorite glorious shitcoin bat? Sure, I guess we'll look at a few shitcoins here. Mr. Scott Carney, I haven't forgotten about you, sir. I have not forgotten about you. I'm going to get to you in a second here. But look at bat USD here. And what do we see as far as the weekly goes? Weekly is basing off at a high level. You know, I do think that has a big range here, to be fair, but I would be looking for opportunities anywhere around about 113 and a half. It looks like daily is doing what? Daily is trading sideways within a range. We do see a rather large range, and it's pretty obvious range here too. We do have higher lows within this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to chart this as more or less of a as an uptrend. Let me actually pull this one back as well. There we go. Lovely. Oh, nice. The two-spot extension getting the highs right there. Hey, that's weird. Those fucking fib bullshit's working again. What the fuck is going on, man? Anyways, looking at this, yeah, man, I just within the context of this market right now, I do think that this one does try some upside overall, but does it give you another opportunity down around the 10 simple here at about 113 and a half? I think it's rather likely, yes. So I do think a little bit of patience is likely applicable in this one, but ultimately upside still the way. But you did not give me a time frame on this, so I don't really know where you want me to go with that one. All right, we'll get back to Scott Carney now. ALYI. ALYI. What is this? What this be? ALYI. Alternate systems on trades OTC. Okay, so this is like penny stock of bullshit over here. Sorry, man. I don't mean to talk down to you, but whenever I see some on OTC, I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, man. Here we go again. It's like looking at shit coins for the real markets. Okay, it did not give you. Okay. Oh no. Okay, you're looking at very, very high term time frames, and you're asking a very specific question. Actually, this is awesome, man. I actually really prefer these types of questions because it gives me something to riff off of. But basically you're saying what are the targets going to be if the 52-week high is broken? Okay, so basically if the yearly high is broken, which I'm guessing is back, that's not going to be that right there. Where's your yearly high? I guess it's right here at about what is it, 89 cents or 88 and a half cent. The next target would be anywhere between about 21 to about 20 or about 29 region. Anywhere in this sort of territory right here is kind of where we'd be looking towards. Something like this if it does break the 52-week high, but that's on a closing basis. Maybe you're looking at a wick basis, at which point you'd be looking at this area right here. In that case, I'd actually significantly rise this up somewhere around here in line with this little liquid zone coming in from your failed rally attempts in 2007 and 2008. It would look pretty fucking nasty, but depending upon exactly what you mean, that's what I'd be looking at. And yes, it does look like it has a change of behavior here, to be fair. I'm just very skeptical of anything that trades OTC because usually it's garbage. For the most part. All right, let me scroll back on down. We'll get some more. We'll get some more comments over here. And Jesus Christ, man, they are moving fast today. God damn. Hey, what's up, Rochelle? How you doing, Jack Frost? There they are. And let me just make sure that I got everyone else. Okay, sweet. Yeah, Tokyo Channel was answering. Fuck yeah, man. He knows the way. Rami says, "Hey, Krown, it's me, Jessica." That's you know what's funny, man, is me and my friends used to get into the right mentality, we'll say, and watch that movie in college. I don't know fucking why we chose that movie, but one of my best friends in college, like we lived in this massive fraternity house, and he had like 2 or 3 TVs stacked up on top of each other. For some reason, he had like actual money in college. I don't know how the fuck he had money, and so he'd have all this cool shit. And I just remember like make everyone come into his room and drug them up, and then we watch stupid movies like that. It was great. It's really, really fun. Anyways, that's gonna sound absolutely terrible. Let's talk about your goddamn cryptocurrencies. How about that? GRT USD daily, weekly. All right, GRT USD right here, and we got daily, weekly, and looking not as strong as what we see in the rest of the market, to be fair. Weekly, however, I am inclined to say that this one does pop back up, medium term back up to about 192.5 region. Let's see what momentum oscillators say. Yeah, we don't even have enough history here to really populate them. Same thing with the daily, but the daily does have a slight upwards bias here, just based off of daily RSI and based off of daily TSI right now. So, if I did have to call this one, I'd be looking for it to pop back up to about 192.5 region. Overall, though, it's not the most obvious chart here. I'm mostly going off of market analysis, but I imagine that this one's going to more or less follow the market. However, if you want to go go by the book, I'd be looking for a confirmed breakout, 2 new all-time highs above this level right here, which is about 213.5, we'll call it. Above there, yep, I'll be looking for a reach to the all-time highs, and then very likely new all-time highs, targeted region about 3.25 to 3.5 region. But for right now, just short and medium term, I'll be looking for a rally, very likely back up to the 618 in this case. Let's see, Amadeo Ciano. Hey, what's up, man? Hello, sir. Hello, son. How are you doing, son? You been a good boy today? You've been getting your good boy points? Your chicken tendy. You can redeem those for chicken tendies at Nicholas Martin's house. Anyways, Elsa's in the chat. Nimbo's in the chat. Where the fuck is Nimbo? I don't see Nimbo right now. Hopefully Nimbo's doing all right. Always gotta love Nimbo. Robert Daru says, good morning, Krown. Good morning, Mr. Robert. Could you take a look at Badger USD on Huobi? Okay, Badger. So we got the fucking animal coins and then like the fucking food coins, so this is going to be good. Pretty shitty, at least for the information that we do have. Again, market analysis does trump everything else right now, so I am inclined to say that this one likely does test the upside. But if I'm just looking at this chart, yeah, it doesn't look all that great. It's certainly not in the it's certainly not in like the strong list, we'll say. But for right now, you do have an obvious break you do have an obvious pivot right here at about 38.25, a break above there, even on a 4-hour, and I'll be looking for actually a decent rally, very likely back up somewhere around this breakdown point right around here, which is about $46 or so. Did you give any time frames on this? Oh yeah, you did give a daily. Okay, so you're trying to identify an inverted head and shoulders on the daily. No, this would not be an inverted head and shoulders. The volume signature is wrong. The shape is also wrong. You have no left shoulder. I have to say that I'm not the biggest pattern trader myself. In fact, I really push back on most patterns. The only patterns that actually do find that work often enough in Bitcoin land are triangles, funnily enough, and it's not even symmetrical triangles. It's actually more or less descending and ascending triangles. Symmetrical triangles have about a 60% hit rate versus the ascending and descending varieties have a little bit over like 70, like mid 70 region, which is definitely tradable. Yes, I mean that's kind of what I'm looking for myself. But is this an inverted head and shoulders right here? No, volume signature is kind of the decider of this one, and more importantly, I mean you don't even really have a left shoulder over here. So regardless of the fact, if we do see a break above that 4-hour pivot, I would be looking for a move up here. Anyways, personally speaking, I do think it will move up here, mostly because of market analysis, not because this thing looks strong. Obviously this thing is pretty shitty, seeing as it only goes down for the history that we do have, but it's really not much history to begin with, so I'm not going off all that much right there. All right, Nico Senpai says, Krown, is XXII daily still looking Bula-ish? Let's see. XXII, what is this thing? Oh yeah, 22nd century group. Is it still looking bullish? Let's go to a weekly, or no, you did say daily, but is it still looking bullish? I mean, a little bit of a rejection at your prior all-time high, or is this your prior all-time high? It is, yes. I'm never going to be bearish on something that's at your prior all-time high, to be honest with you. I do think that this one will long-term break this. Obviously, you do have a golden cross on the weekly as well. And while that rejection on Friday was pretty nasty, I think it very likely gets another try this week as well here. We do see weekly TSI is nearly within a posture to actually cross the upside. It will do it with any sort of a closure above $5. Where is it right now? 468. So I would be looking at that as a big pivot for the higher term timeframes. If I'm looking at a daily does suggest a little bit of short-term downside, maybe back down to like 360-ish region, but overall, I do like this one long-term. Here's the thing though, if this one does break structure here with a move below about 3.25, I would look for this one to base once again in the long-term accumulation zone, somewhere down around $1. But is that happening right now? No, I think this thing's a lot closer to breaking out right now, even hidden bullish evidence on the weekly as well. I'm more inclined to say that this one tries another move to the upside, probably this week or next week. See what the monthly says as well. Yeah, monthly ain't bad right here, so I'd give this one another shot to the upside, but another rejection, and then very likely we'll test that downside, and then you can be looking perhaps even at that $1 move. Okay, cool. Hex Outlaw says, Dad, is that no, it is not. It's not me. I'm not your dad. I'm not trying to be your dad. Syed Haku says, Zer, hello, Saeed. Hopefully I'm saying that properly, man. Can you please look at Cardano USD on the weekly? Yes. This one used to get called out a lot. Now, not as much. So let's see what she's doing, or he's doing, or whatever the fuck Cardano is. Looking pretty good here. No, we can just look at the monthly, and the monthly, I can appreciate the monthly as it is. Backfill on last monthly open, somewhere down around like 1.25, I think it was, or 120. What is this? Yeah, about 120 would be an obvious buy area, at least for a bounce for myself. myself, but is it even going to get back down around there? I mean, yes, it very easily could on the weekly, but what's even more important on the weekly, we are in the process of confirming hidden bullish divergence here. I'm inclined to say that this one's, I'm inclined to say that overall this one's a lot more likely to move to the upside. 2 new all-time highs. Does it get another downside move to like 120 and a half first? I don't have a strong opinion on that. My strong opinion is on the higher term time frames. And Mr. Beaterall green dildoing itself up to almost 3,100. Nice, not bad at all. But looking at this right here on the daily, I mean, it's definitely getting mature within this consolidation. Daily TSI pointed back up in the bullish buy zone. Daily RSI looking constructive, but I don't see anything too obvious there just yet that makes me immediately bullish. So I'm mostly just going off of higher term timeframes here. I don't have a strong opinion on whether it comes back down and tests 120 and a half. My strong opinion is on new all-time highs, and I do think that we have some projected targets up there. Let's see, areas of interest to the upside are actually, oh my god, well, out of this base right here, short term would be, motherfucker, I can't even see it, would be like 1.5, but more long term would be actually around $2. So take that as you will, sir. Take that as you will indeed. Okay, cool. Alrighty, what else am I missing over here? Where the fuck did I leave off? Holy shit, man. We are moving fast today, baby. We are moving real fast. Abbott Dynamic, what's up, man? Good morning to you. Hey, Krown, how's it going? I'm doing not the best. I did not get a great night of sleep last night. My eyes, you know how like when you don't get the best night of sleep and your eyes feel heavy? It's like, oh god, nasty, man. I'm dreading the gym after this because it's very unlikely to be a good workout today. Actually, looking at the lower term time frames, no, this is Bitcoin right here. Never mind. Actually, we haven't even spoken about Bitcoin yet. Maybe we'll save that one for last. Okay, here's about FWonk on the daily. FWonk, okay, FWonk. Liberty Media Corporation on that. Okay, this is a real stock. And what time frame are you looking at? Daily making a double top or gearing up for a breakout. Typically speaking, I don't see double tops or double bottoms hold up over time almost ever. Very, very rarely does it work out like that. This one is obviously bullish long term, at least from what I'm looking at right here. Let's go to a weekly really, really quickly. Yeah, weekly's good, man. If this one does have a downside move, I'd only be looking at a short-term downside move, maybe to like 45 and a quarter or 45 base. I think this one's getting ready to break out, man. Let's see. RSI trying to stay in the bullish control zone, it seems. Yeah. I do like this. Does it open up on a slight downtick this week? I mean, if this thing came back down, like I said, to about $45, I'd be looking at that as an opportunity. Long term, very, 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 very likely it does break to the upside. Short term targets to the upside would be about $49, and after that, it's just new all time highs. And I imagine this thing's gonna more or less join the rest of the market. I like hidden bullish divergence coming off that last low on the weekly as well. I'm going to favor the upside here. Certainly, probably over the next couple of weeks. Very likely looking at another move back up towards about 48 and 80 region. Amadeus Siana says, yes, Hex, that's our dad. What the fuck? We're brothers? This is crazy, man. All right. Let's see what else we got, man. Super Googly Lee says, hey, Krown, hope you had a great weekend. It was nice, man. It was really chill over here, actually. We had a Finnish holiday called Vappu, which is like, I don't even know. It's like May Day or something. I don't know. But it's really popular here, man. Everyone just gets drunk as fuck, which is actually quite popular among young Finns and old Finns alike. And it was nice for me because it was just like a regular old new weekend for the most part. Okay, could you please take a look at LSK BTC? Sure, man. All right, so we got some Bitcoin pairings coming on now here too. Daily and monthly, okay. Very different time frames right there. Let's see what we got. Monthly looks like absolute dog shit. Daily looks like dog shit too, but I think it has some short-term upside here. Daily TSI getting back above the get over here, you fucker. Getting back above, or gonna have a chance to get back above the bullish buy zone. More importantly, daily RSI rejecting the bearish control zone and putting in a constructive read over the last. Well, no, this is not constructive, but this is pretty nasty. To be fair, it has bounced off the same trend line several times now, so I do favor the upside here just because of general market analysis. As we identified, Bitcoin dominance is continuing to go down. So does this one have some upside here? Yeah, very likely yes. Is it in a long-term reversal? Absolutely not. I mean, this is never known what a bullish market is actually. Looking at the weekly here, it's never been in an uptrend, not even fucking once. And that's not a good sign. And I'm not going to be the first person to be looking at this or be looking at anything and calling a reversal before it's actually in there. So with that in mind, could it have some upside? but yeah, I mean, it could very easily get back up to like 1350-ish region, but I'd be extremely skeptical within that region as well. I mean, that this thing does not look like the picture of health and fitness over a long period of time. I'd be looking for, I do think that it will go to the upside, but I do think that that upside is very much capped about 1350-ish region over time. If things really get crazy, maybe 1700 or 1750-ish region, but I have no reason to believe that this thing is going to reverse here after never ever going up pretty much ever. All realize get sold essentially. Not good, man. Really not fucking good. Is it a good idea to start loading up on on shit coins which have not rallied yet? I don't think that that's ever a good idea, to be honest with you, because typically what happens is that the shit coins that acted the best, and when I say shit coin, I use it as a pejorative essentially, just about any altcoin, but for example, a link, for example, that one is going to be most likely a major beneficiary, a bigger beneficiary than something like this in a general bullish market. So is it time to rotate into shit like this? No, I think if you're going to rotate into some sort of an altcoin, you don't want to rotate into something that has just been going down over a long period of time. If anything, you should probably rotate into one of the newer like shit coins that just doesn't have that long-term overhead resistance, because you have so many fucking sellers here, man. So many fucking sellers that are just waiting to, somewhat get out at break even, if that. And that's definitely going to keep the gains here a lot more muted than what you could potentially have in something that's newer that just doesn't have that issue, which I'm trying to think of an example right now. I don't know, maybe like Uni, for example. Yeah, here we go, Uni, right? Unicorn doesn't have that same sort of thing going on. This one only goes up, which is rather impressive. So fair enough. This one obviously being a much better beneficiary and breaking out to new all-time highs. And this thing can go into full-on price discovery, whereas LSK is not going to do that anytime soon, maybe not even ever, versus the Bitcoin pairing, to be fair. Although it is a little bit of a bad thing to ever say ever, right? Anyways, moving on, we got Jandel Rubio says Harmony 1, please. I think the ticker is just 1, and I'm going to go USD if you do not say otherwise. And no time frame given, so I don't really know where to go with this one, but weekly looks good here. I would be looking for this one to reapproach the 16 3/4 or 17 cent resistance, but this one's looking very much like it wants to break out to the upside. We do see hidden bullish evidence on the weekly right here. Very powerful chart for the information that we do have. I favor the upside on this one pretty much on both the daily and the weekly. I'd be looking at short-term targets towards about, what is it, like 17.5 to almost 18 cents. Long-term very likely makes new all-time highs. The monthly is not enough history there, but long-term, can we come up with some extra targets here? I guess we could. Areas of interest, the upside, if it does break out to new all-time highs, would be about 1/4, in fact. So fair enough on that one, but overall I do favor the upside there, and I do think that it will make new all-time highs. I mean, this is the environment for something like that to be doing that, especially when it is, pretty much at per all-time highs anyways. That is very impressive. Mark L. Hey, what's up, Mark? But Mark, where is the message, sir? Sir, speak to me. I'm trying to have a conversation, man. There's just one-sided right now. Amuna, what's up, man? Sir, can we discuss Bitcoin USD on various time frames? Holy shit. It's like I almost forgot about what this whole cave is about. Mr. Bitcoin over here. Yeah, so Bitcoin, we haven't even spoken about it today, which is kind of funny. A couple things going on right now that can make me change my opinion on the medium-term time frames here. And that would be this. 4-hour is actually hinting at a golden cross relatively soon, and if it does maintain, I mean, obviously if it just maintains above like 56.5, it will naturally do that. My condition yesterday for breaking back down to $50,000 base, maybe even lower, was breaking below $56,000 on a 4-hour total closure. Or could we use a 2-hour in this case? Yeah, I could probably use a 2-hour in this case as well. But my point is that we obviously didn't get that, so that is not an available trade right now. And if anything, this thing is actually putting in a nice consolidation above all major moving averages on the short-term time frames, while potentially baiting in a golden cross as well. I do like that. If we look over here at CME, it's already breaking above the range. In fact, CME says we got free skies until about $60,000 right now. So should I be short-term bullish? It actually looks like so. I am, like I said, very defensive within this region. I'm not trading Bitcoin right now. I'm looking for like the next obvious long-term opportunity in this one. But as it stands right now, I mean, we do still have that gap available from a couple weeks ago in 15th of April. That'd be, right around $60,000. That'd probably put spot somewhere just below that region. So overall, it is starting to look a lot more like Bitcoin has some short-term upside out of this base right here. And until we really break that back down below $56,000, I can't really even be short-term, medium-term bearish on this one. Have to be going with momentum right now, as 4-hour and in all higher-term timeframes are showing some more upside. 4-hour ADX DMI did give the bullish signal right here, and MACD turning up as well, plus SMI. hard to hate, and it is trending above the top side Toronto band. So yeah, I do have to favor the upside here on Bitcoin, short term, medium term, likely back up to 61, maybe even, or somewhere between about, on 4 hour, actually would suggest around 61,000 bucks. Anywhere around that region, though, is kind of where we'd be looking towards, and probably a bit of a pullback from that region. So it does look like Bitcoin actually will fight its way through the area that is nasty that we've been marking off for a while now, which is between the 618 and the 0.5 here, that I was postulating as as a bit of a bull trap, to be fair. And to be fair, I mean, it actually still is not broken above that, but short-term timeframes are suggesting that we probably do break above it right now. So fair enough. I still would like to see an actual closure above the 618 in this case, which on CME is going to be 58,420. Great number right there. But it is looking more and more like that it does do that. I would like to see it confirmed, and then yes, about another $2,000 or so rally to the upside, or $2,500 rally would be quite nice. Sir, what are you doing over there, and why are you dressed as a fucking pink bear? He's looking at me weird. All right, well, fair enough. Fuck her. Okay, let's move on. Stephen Pitcher says FTM, USD, and 1 inch. Sir, just one at a time, please. Just one at a time. We'll look at FTM because I think that one was on the winners list today or the loser list. I forget. Phantom, looking good here. Looking very good, in fact. Very, very good. You want to look at the 4 hour and 12 hour. I wonder why the 12 hour. That's interesting. Why not the daily? I'm not getting much from the 12 hour. That's obvious. 4 hours in an obvious is in an obvious uptrend here. We do see that there's very likely potential hidden bullish evidence on MACD histogram. We're seeing a negative histogram right here, while it's quite literally, I mean, just seemingly putting another higher low on the 20 simple. I'm going to see this on my regular charts as well. What we got over here. And then we'll look at the 12 hour. Let's see. 4 hours just looking like it wants to put another higher low here. Would also be accompanied by hidden bullish divergence on 4 hour RSI. But I would like to see this confirmed first, obviously. How do you confirm hidden bullish divergence here? I'd want to see a closure above last 4 hour open. That's about 75 and 36 cents. And then I'd be looking for a move very likely back up to the high. And, does this thing just continue to make new highs from there? Very likely, yes. Right now is the environment for altcoins to basically rally up to the fucking moon and beyond if they want to, and this one is literally on new all-time highs on the weekly anyways. Yeah, I favor the upside here. If this thing came back down to like 58 cents, I'd look at that as an opportunity. Extremely like this thing makes new all-time highs probably this week, maybe next week. All right, moving on. We got Anthony says, can you check out oh yeah, Monero. Yeah, we can look at Monero there. I got Monero over here, actually. I think it's on Poloniex as well. Yep, indeed it is. And okay, you did not give a time frame, but I like Monero here, man. Actually, Oh, Mr. Anthony, you've actually identified Monero at perhaps the most interesting time here. We got our first, we got our first weekly closing all-time high here, or we got a new weekly all-time closing high here. Very, very impressive stuff. I would be looking for this one to melt up alongside Ethereum. Yeah, you probably see a little bit of activity around this prior all-time high wick right here at about 516, 517-ish region, but ultimately, I think that the rally is actually really starting to break out in this case, similar to Ethereum, and the monthly is even more powerful than that. If this thing came back down to, let's say, like 350, I'd be looking at that as a major opportunity. I don't have any promises that it does come back down there. In fact, looking at the daily, I don't think it comes back down there. We look at this right here. Let's see, maybe 375 on a daily, but overall, I favor the upside long term, and I would not be surprised at all to see this thing really take some major legs up here. I mean, this is one of the more impressive long term coins, actually. Like, I've always kind of thought of it as like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Monero. But in this case, Monero is a little bit of a laggard here in comparison to Bitcoin and Ethereum, obviously. Areas of interest, the upside, going to be about $500 short term, but that's not anything too crazy. After that, I'd be looking 850 to 900 actually. After that, that's pretty fucking impressive, man. Yeah, Monero is actually looking really, really good there, acting really, really well. I do like that one a lot, actually. All right, Dude Daddy said, hey, I'm not your dad too. Hope all is well. Thanks for, hey man, my pleasure. And thank you for that nice positive message. That's really nice, man. Appreciate that. Massively appreciate that, man. Much love, sir. Mark L says MYST, Mysterium. Okay, Mysterium, the new cryptocurrency that is going to blow your fucking mind by wrecking your wallet. Did you give a... It's a decentralized VPN. Why do we need that? I mean, I'm sure that there's several reasons why you need that. Maybe versus Tether. Nope. Both these charts look the same. I actually don't like this chart in comparison to a lot of the other ones. Again, not a whole hell of a lot of history here, to be fair, but the history that we do have is actually not so impressive right now in comparison to the rest of the altcoin market. Again, at the end of the day, though, market analysis does trump all. So I would be massively bullish on this one with any sort of a daily closure back above this sort of high structure right here. Could it be put in a higher low right now and wedging itself into some sort of an ascending triangle? Perhaps yes. I don't think it's too obvious, though, to be honest with you. If anything, I see a few more signals suggesting some downside from this region, but I don't feel confident on something like this, man. I need to say my piece in the sense that like a healthy amount of I don't know is the proper response on this one. There's just not enough history for me to really be going off of here. If anything, I'd be going with the market analysis, which likely does point back again to the upside. But if I'm just looking at this piece of shit, probably does head to the downside. If I was just looking at this, but again, market analysis is more important than individualistic analysis in this case. So I'd be looking at like the 200 simple as a bit of a basing area at about 49 cents. As long as it's above there, I just generally look for this one to go up. But if you start to break this area right here, then yes, you will start to break formation, and I'd be looking for a move down, probably back down to about 36 and a half, maybe 36 even cent, and pick it up from there. Alrighty, let's see what else we got here. Carl, Mr. Carl, how good to see you. Good morning, Mr. Krown. Good morning, Mr. Carl. And Elsa. He said, what the fuck? You're saying hi to Elsa? What did she... Yeah, I bet you're happy about that, aren't you? Could you possibly look at DFT? DFT, I can look, is DFT or DTF? DFT USD. Looks like I can't actually look at it. Unfortunately, man, apologies on that, but I quite literally cannot look at it, as you can see on your screen right now. TradingView does not host it, so I'm going to guess that it's a really new cryptocurrency, we'll say. So unfortunately, man, I can't look at it. And again, apologies for that. I know that's fucking annoying, but I'm held back by the limitations of TradingView right now. Abbott Dynamics says, Krown, sir, you're getting rained upon. Please take a drink. My fucking man. Thank God. Thank you for reminding me, sir. It's time for a little bit of sippy sip action. Actually, I don't have much of a sippy sip in me right now. What the fuck is going on with my stomach? I can't eat as much as I used to be able to. I used to be able to like binge eat like crazy, and I just can't do it anymore. It is a problem, actually. Elsa is disparaging my comments. Okay. All right, where did I leave off there? Nero Strudden says, bruh. Hello, bruh. Can we take a look at WTER? Okay. WTER. WTER. Okay. It's like water. I get it. Ha ha ha. Clever. Very clever. Wow. Water is bearish? What the fuck? How do you fuck up water? I mean, to be fair, it does have its first higher low in here on the weekly for the first time in a while. I don't like the chart, to be honest with you. I don't really like the chart, to be honest with you. Did you give a time frame? Okay, on the weekly. See, is there anything obvious here? Maybe a little bit of short-term upside. I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing make another stab back up to like 1.5 or 169. But let's go down to a daily. I need to see something else. Fuck yeah, it does not look good here. Nah, I really can't be bullish on a downtrend, man. I really can't be even short-term bullish on a downtrend. Maybe a little bit of short-term upside, man, but I'd have a hard time being bullish on this thing as long as it's below this spike high in 8th of February of this year, high being about 169. Above 169, yeah, I'd be looking for this one to very likely pop back up, and this is going to look a lot more like accumulation, but I don't like it in its current situation here. Apologies, though. I don't feel like that's all that helpful. Let's see if there's anything else that we can put it up against. Let's see if we can bring it on this chart and see if there's anything obvious over here, because I'm not seeing it on my main charts. And let's see what we got. Let's go to a weekly. Nah, it's consolidating right now. Okay, there are I'm trying to make an excuse for it, but honestly, look, I do think that it probably does give another try to the upside. I don't think like 130 to 135 is out of the question here, but that's still declining highs. I can't be bullish on this thing as long as it's below 8th of February highs. If we could take out that high, yeah, I'd be bullish on it for at least to move back up towards this area right here at about 2.5. But for right now, just short term up, if that, and very likely does push back around that region. Okay, cool. Nero Strutian says, do they have real gyms in Finland? Can you get Spartacus swole? But Spartacus actually wasn't that swole. Crixus, however, he was very swole. He's a very, very handsome man too. Hey, what's up, Pedro? How you doing, brother? But yeah, we do have pretty good gyms here. Finland's like a very health conscious country, and it was actually really nice yesterday too, man. We were walking around outside, and everyone was kind of out, doing, getting busy and whatnot, and It's definitely nice. But as far as gyms go, I mean, you know, it's not going to be comparable to like. So I'll give you an example. Like the gym that I went to in Chicago was maybe one of the best gyms in maybe even the world, but definitely in the country. It's called East Bank Club. It was fucking amazing. It's like 3 stories or 4 stories of just everything that you could ever want and more at state of the art facilities and everything. You're not going to find that here, but you are going to find some pretty usable facilities that are you know some relatively new. Yes, really. And Elsa's barking at me right now. But you know my point is that it definitely gets the job done, man. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine if that's your concern with Finland. Hey, what's up, Jack Frost? There he is. Ethereum was at the beginning. My back. Yes, indeed it was. That was the main focus actually of this video because I think it's the most interesting one right now. Mr. Kendrick, there he is. The Dominicans are here. They are back, and they are exactly where they need to be right now. Fuck yeah, man. Hell yeah, brother. We said MKR 5K, and you said 5,400. The price was right. The price was right. Do you want to go look at MKR? Yeah, we can look at that one a little bit. MKR. Let's see what we got here, and I'm guessing it's this one, this baby right here. Oh baby, we didn't just hit that $5,400 target, we smashed it, and this one's going to create new all-time highs on top of this one. This rally is actually this is continuation right now, sir. As long as it's above the topside Toronto band on the daily and maybe even the weekly too. Yeah, I'd be saying new all-time highs this week, man, and I don't see any real reason why it's going to stop. At least for the time being, man. This is looking really fucking good. Really fucking good. One of the more impressive charts that we've seen today, Mr. Kendrick. Let's see. Can I take a good extension for this one? Let's see if we got anything left. Oh, we got plenty of them left. Okay, so this one's absolutely fucking flying with colors. Did play a little bit of a downside here at the 414. That's to be expected. That was our target earlier. Now we are looking actually north of $6,000. Jesus Christ, man. Powerful Dominicans getting absolutely swollen this price action. Love it, man. Fucking love it. Nice chart right there. Not bad at all. Hambone Crypto says, morning, could you check out B Pro on KuCoin 4 out? B Pro versus Bitcoin, that is. Okay. Whoops, B Derp versus Bit Derp. Hey, there we go. There it is. B Pro. This looks weird. This looks bizarre. And what time frames exactly? 4 hour and daily. All right, let's see what we got. Downside, sir. This one actually, one of the few charts that I'd actually be calling some downside here. I do think that it will bounce up to 200 simple here, but that is down around 1965 region. Looking at the 4 hour, yep, and kind of free fall right now. I'd be looking for a bit of a bounce around your prior lows. Again, about just below 2,000 Satoshis, and then come back to it after that. Would I be willing to call any more downside on top of that? Just yet? Not yet. I'd be looking for a bounce first, give it a chance to go sideways. Then if it does break that last low structure, I'd be looking at a move back down to the 200 exponential average, and that would be your 1,500-ish Satoshi move. Igor. Hey, what's up, Igor? Hello, Dad. What the fuck, son? The fuck did you just call me? Call me by my real name. Can you look at Flow USD on the daily? Sure, man. Let's see what we got here. Flow USD. Oh, fuck, man. We got shitcoin exchanges here. I guess hit BTC. God damn. You're really going on the dregs when you go into this one. On the daily specifically, again, market analysis does trump all. You do technically have higher lows here, and I'm generally going to be bullish on the market right now. So I'd be looking at this one first and foremost as kind of like wedging itself into an ascending triangle right now. Is it super obvious? Not as obvious as I'd like to be, but we do see hidden bullish evidence on that last low right here. So I would be looking for a short-term move back up to about $34, and this area to kind of fill itself out for, you know, a little while longer. Below your last low at about $27, I would get very bearish on this one, looking for big moves down to, like, you know, below $20 again. But I'm inclined to go with the market here, and very likely does move to the upside and test around those topside regions once again, maybe even some highs if it's so inclined. Amadeo Ciano says, hello, Dad. Can we look at Dad USD? What the fuck? I guess monthly time frame, since it's been 21 months since you left for milk. Trying to find the golden cross and get bullish on your return. Sir, I'm out. I can't come back. It's like Joe Dirt. I left you in a fucking trash can, and now I'm going to go, I don't know, what do they make? Like little figurines? Do you remember Joe Dirt? Fucking Joe Dirt. Joe Dirte? Have you seen Joe Dirt, Elsa? Oh my god, she hasn't seen Joe Dirt. She also hasn't seen Grandma's Boy either. It's just ridiculous what these Finns are not accustomed to. Hey, learn culture, please. Have some fucking culture in your life. These Finns, they don't have real culture. They just jack American culture. That's basically what they do. Fox and Hound says, whoa! She's throwing shit at me. Ethereum Classic USDT 4 hour. Thanks, babe. No problem. ETC USD. Ethereum Classic still rocking and rolling. That's that was unexpected. I'll go to the. I want to see the daily first. Daily is actually a breakout right now. Is this new all-time highs? It's new all-time highs. Look, I don't know why you're on the 4 hour, but daily and weekly are very strongly suggestive of new all-time highs. 4 hours also breaking out tier 2, but we can make a measure move off this, or we can also just plot some fib extensions on this one. It's going to give us some similar targets. We just take the 2 spot extension. That's going to be $60. Realistically, next major areas of interest are going to be like 65 to 66 region. Short term would be about 50 for a bit of a short term pullback, but I do not think that thing stopped there. This baby is getting going right now, similar to Monero actually. That's actually unexpected. I'm surprised to see Ethereum Classic still relevant in some cases. Amadeo Siana says, I see someone spamming Ethereum, or sorry, XRP versus Ethereum. So I'm going to be there, dad. Let's say daily, weekly. Okay. Well, first off, this person, man, you don't need to trade XRP versus Ethereum, sir. You don't need to do that if you don't want to. You could trade it versus Bitcoin or even US dollar, which are going to be a lot more liquid. Okay, looking at daily, weekly, what do we see right here? Versus Ethereum pairing, terrible. I mean, this is just a long... Whoa! God damn, this is bad. Holy shit, man. Sir, you could have chosen USD and it might have been okay, but this is just god-awful. Fuck this, man. You don't need to do this. All right, so hidden bearish divergence on the weekly already played out to the 21. Kind of an easy move right there. I'd be looking for another bounce off of 46, 200-ish region. But probably not more than a bounce. I have no reason to believe that the long-term downtrend is ending anytime soon. This is garbage, man. Hot fucking garbage. Even short-term looks like it wants to come back down somewhere around like 46,000 or so. All right. Hey, what's up, Markel? Okay, so Markel wants to look at MIST versus USD. Do we look at it versus Bitcoin earlier, or is this a different chart? Okay, let's see. Long-term outlook. There's nothing long-term on something that's been around for a couple months, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I really can't help you on this one. If anything, I'll stick with what I said earlier. Even if it was the Bitcoin pair and these charts look more or less the same, I would give it a chance to put in a higher low right here. If it does, I'd be targeting the last prior high at about 61.5 cents. But again, there's no long-term analysis to be done on something that's only been around for a couple months here, and a shit nonetheless. Overall, though, I do favor the short-term, medium-term upside, to be fair. And if it does break above this last high structured about 62 cents, I'd be looking for new all-time highs. But no projected targets on something like this. It's way too fucking young, man, and a healthy amount of long-term I do not know on this one is the proper answer for myself. So I do apologize as that is unhelpful, but that is honest. Okay, moving on. We got what PT Arrow says. Here's a sip of water from the mountains near Seattle. Actually, some of the best water that I've ever had was in Oregon, but it's nothing as good as Finnish water. I'll tell you that. Seattle, relatively close. Actually, I really liked Seattle. It was kind of a nice, clean, and cool city. Whenever I visited there from college. Okay, can you check out ETN USDT on daily and 4 hour? Yeah, ETN. Is this Electronium? Oh my God, Electronium. Holy fuck, man. How long have you been holding this piece of shit? Sorry, man, but goddamn, iron hands over a long period of time. Hey, it actually did move in your direction. Hey, what the fuck is this right here? This looks a little bit sketchy, sir. Yeah, it very likely does move to the upside here. Again, market analysis is taking over everything else. I'd be looking at a move medium term to about 2.5 cent region. And you're also looking at, you're looking at a 4 hour, not even a daily. All right. Oh, you are asking about a daily as well. 4 I'd be looking for short-term move to about 2.3 cent. Daily, I do think it's putting in a higher low right here and does move to the upside. Or not just hidden bullish evidence, regular bullish evidence off that last low. Yep, I do like it, at least for the time being. Daily TSI about to turn up as well. Looking good for some more upside. Maybe more long-term, I'd be looking for a move towards just north of 3 cent or so. Just Quasim says, full analysis on my favorite poop coin, XRP USD targets. I don't know, is there targets to give on something like this? Where's my target, sir? Looking good on the weekly, man. This one's very likely to move back. I still stick with what I've been saying on XRP, man. This is really fucking powerful. Higher low right here above your last range highs. I'd be looking for this one to move its way over this month towards 275 and probably beyond. You know, I know that XRP is like a favorite coin among most people to hate, but look, again, the market analysis trumps everything else, and XRP is looking nothing but bullish right here on the daily, weekly, and probably even monthly. Oh, certainly the monthly as well. Yes, I'd be looking for this one to retest prior all-time highs somewhere around 275, and very likely make new all-time highs this month. Maybe not this month, but coming in the next couple months. It looks good, man. It looks very good for continuation here. Short term, however, could it come back? I mean, if this thing came back down to like 110, I'd look at that as a very, very, very obvious opportunity. But I don't think that's what happens. I think maybe just based off the weekly, like 140 to 145 region, if anything. I think overall this one has upside here though. Long term, looking good, man. Jordan Knox says MBX man on BitThumb. Love your work. Hey, appreciate that, man. MBX. I've never heard of this thing, but it's on BitThumb. Man, I haven't heard BitThumb being spoken about as well for a while. It looks like I actually cannot pull this up. It's not showing up here. I think TradingView might have gotten rid of BitThumb because I haven't even seen it in a long time too. So apologies, man. But TradingView, as you can see, is not hosting this coin or this token or whatever it is. And unfortunately, I cannot look at it, man. So again, apologies on that. All right. Kendrick says the Dominicans are back. We're back again. Holy shit! 2 times in one stream. We are willing to send you louder clinging silverware and you got thoughts on OMG USD daily weekly. Sure, man. Omisi Go, another 2017 darling of a shitcoin, I remember. Let's go to Binance for this one. It is looking like it wants to turn the corner here. Again, market analysis bringing everything else out, everything up. Short term, I'd be looking about $9.50. You're looking at daily, weekly. Let's go down to a daily as well. Yeah, daily's looking good for some short-term upside here too. Hidden bullish divergence, a couple drives there. I'd be looking for short-term, medium-term upside to about, what was it, 9.5? Yeah, about 9.5. Very likely it does just continue on with that rally, but long-term targets would be like 18.5 region. But you know, first things first, I want to see this prior high get taken out. So at least for now, about 9.5 looks decent enough there. Even fucking Omisi Go, it's getting its day in the sun too, which has only gotten boo caked on versus especially the Bitcoin pairing for a while now. All right, let's see what else we can find over here, sirs. We got Jose Soto says, hey, bro. What's up, bro? Can you check out Dash? Holy fuck. We really are in altcoin season when people are asking about Dash. Holy shit. Wow. Even Dash is putting in bases. Again, same thing here, man. Market analysis, Trump and all, and we are seeing the shittiest of the shit start to rally now. I'd be looking for this one to move up, honestly, towards 530. Weekly is an obvious higher low. We have a trend reversal. Yes, we did see bearish divergence right there, but that move's played out all the way from 420 down to the 21 at about 220. It's about a 50% move, to be fair. I mean, that's nasty. So I do think that this one does have some upside here. Monthly is very bullish as well, at least for the time being. I'll be looking at targets towards 520 and then long-term probably 1,000 actually based off the monthly. But weekly pivots are going to be 520 and then, or sorry, about 500 and then about 650 to 660 it looks like. Hey, what's up, new bro? How you doing, man? Hello, Mr. Krown, Brizzo. Hello, Mr. Nuzo, Brizzo. 510, bro. When you taking me to Pizound? I'm straight, but now I'm finding a question in my sexuality right now. I can't handle myself around new bro. Can we look at Stinky Linky any exchange? Okay, 4 hour and daily, please. Okay, Stinker versus, I'm gonna go versus USD here. Okay, $40. Hey, not bad. Moving up, as we said, was likely basically the last fucking whole year. Still going, baby. 4 hour looking good. Short term, I'll be looking for moves to 41.5. What's the other time frame? Daily, this one's getting ready to break out to the upside, man. Daily TSI turning up. Daily RSI, hidden bullish divergence, back into the bullish control zone or testing it on an uptrend. I'll basically get your pro all-time high. Yeah, man, I'm looking for new all-time highs. I still stick with my $50 target. This is no longer going to be a long-term target. It's going to be a medium-term target as we enter our way closer and closer. It looks fucking good, man. Weekly TSI about to turn up as well. Yeah, this thing very likely has some more upside here, and I'd be looking towards 50 and beyond, probably long-term. It looks good. It looks fucking good. One of the best charts in cryptocurrency land, continues to be the best chart in cryptocurrency land. Powerful link, man, deserves a lot of respect. Frankie says Mara, please. Okay, this is a miner, I believe, or digital holder or something like that, or yeah, there we go. NASDAQ. I keep on getting stumped by this one. I want to be bearish on it, but short term, it does have some upside here. Probably back up to like $44. I wouldn't be comfortable calling anything more than that, but short term, medium term, I'll be looking for $44. I don't feel confident on the long term here, though. Yeah, just shooting you straight, man. I don't feel confident on the long term here. I do see a lot of warning signals for the long term, but at least short term, it does have that move back up. And then I'd like to reassess it after that. So about 44 and a half region, and then we'll come back to it, I don't know, in like a week or two. Sam Dumb says, can you check out Telcoin on the daily, TEL versus USD? Okay. Telcoin on the daily. All right. TBTC and KuCoin. All right. That's a great start. New Optimizo. Hey, that's actually pretty damn good. On the daily, yep, we are making new Optimize. Are we at new Optimize actually? Yes, we are. Okay, so it is a blue sky breakout in price discovery format. Let's see what our fib targets might suggest, and we got an area of interest right around 1.7 cent. That's going to be a bit of a pullback area right there, and then long term perhaps 2 cents or so. I do think this one is getting, well, actually no, this one still has some long term upside. I have to respect it, man. Yeah, I want to hate this one, but I can't, man. I'd be bullish on this one, and perhaps even for a more long term move. I mean, there's not really any major warning signals, especially on the daily, that are suggesting that this run is too frothy just yet. I'm looking at HVP down here and also daily RSI. I want to see bearish divergence plus this getting into the yellow or red zone at the very least. That would be it, man. That would be it for me. New 510 says, Krown bro, new bro, I miss you. What the fuck? I miss you too, sir. It's like we're sharing a goddamn brain right now. Maybe one day after the bull run, we can sit down and play a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I actually have no idea how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't even know how to play Pokemon, even though I had the fucking cards when I was a kid. Yeah, man. You know, one day, sir, one day we'll all have our own island and we'll just be able to like do whatever the fuck we want. It's great. It's amazing. It's excellent. It'll be like Jeffrey Epstein's island, right? Anyways, what's up, Jack Frost? I see you. Yeah, there we go. He knows Joe Dirt. That's a space peanut. Exactly. Joe M says, howdy ho, Krown. Howdy ho, Joe. Doggy USD on the daily 4 hour. Okay. A lot of people have been criticizing me for calling this doggy coin. It is fucking doggy coin. It's literally spelled dog and then E. How is that not dog E? It's fucking dog E. How do you get Doge from dog and then E? Fucking goddamn. I won't even say it. I'm still bullish on this. I'm still fucking bullish. I can't believe I'm bullish on this shit. Yeah, so fundamentally, this is a great project. A lot of developers, a lot of active community going on with this. And everyone knows that Doggy Coin is going to change the world. Weekly is a clear fucking melt to the upside. 50 cents. I still think 50 cents. I'm still not of the opinion that this thing's going to get to $1, or at least I don't see that just yet. But 50 cents is very likely. Can't fucking believe this shit. I can't fucking believe this shit. Doggy coin. Yep, crypto market's crazy, man. Crypto market's crazy. Here's what should be very concerning. If your shitcoin is not rallying more than Doggy Coin in this market, that's concerning. Doggy Coin literally explicitly tells you this coin is not used for anything. It is quite literally useless. There is no ongoing development on this project. It is a dead project. Still, this project having massive astronomical rallies just within the last few months here. I mean, going back to the start of this year, essentially, we're talking about fuck this. Fuck this, man. Are you fucking kidding me? 6,000% move to the upside? That's more than anything I think in this market right now. That is insane. That is insane. Investing in Texas. Krown, please give your analysis on UTK. You trust. Okay. I feel like I've seen this one before. UTK. Oh, it's a derp coin. Yeah, it is a derp coin. All right, we'll go to Binance for this one. Decent here, finding a bit of sellers on those new high rallies, but I'm inclined to go with the market analysis here once again. If this thing came back down to like 67.5 cents, that would be an opportunity on first pass for myself. You know, we have clear breakout volume right here. Bullish divergence come off that last low. Yeah, daily TSI turning up. I have to be bullish on this one, ma'am. I have to be fucking bullish on whatever the hell this thing is. What the fuck is this thing? You trust, you derp. What is this, 90 cents for a short term? I mean, we've already kind of found a few highs right there. I think probably next time it tests that region, it breaks through, and then you're looking at like a $1.25 target region, more medium term. So I think this one's already played out, to be fair. I think this one moves up to about $1.25 on the next move. Oh shit, man, this market is just too crazy right now. Too fucking crazy. Ethereum leading, everyone else following. Well, maybe not so much. I mean, we do see other things just in complete melt mode right now. Go Like It says, hi bruv, car dealer, USD, daily please. Okay, I think we looked at this one earlier, but we can maybe look at it again, or maybe that was the Bitcoin pair and I forget. Let's look at the daily right here. Yeah, I do favor this one on the daily. I'd be looking for this one to reapproach highs at about 1.5 region. I do like this one, especially on the weekly here too. The only obvious trade that I would say to the downside would be any sort of a move to about 120 would be an obvious bounce area for myself. But ultimately, I'm looking for upside here. It looks good. It looks very good. Daily TSI up, daily RSI basing in the neutral zone right now after rejecting the bearish control zone. Usually going to be a continuation signal, but I do think it could play a little bit more sideways within this region. Okay, cool. Alrighty, we can't play the sirens when everything's just going to the fucking moon and beyond, man. We're gonna have to find something. We're gonna have to find something new for like just a full-on green dildo massive melt party. R Hanon says, "Yo, big homie, how you doing, sir? Hook your boy up. Hello, it is your boy R Hanon. OXT USD daily chart. OXT USD." Daily chart. We'll go to Binance. I've never heard of this one actually. Daily, again, very similar chart to a lot of the other ones that we've seen. Another higher low over here. I'd be looking for this one to pop back up somewhere around about 77 cents region. Does it, try for optimize after that? I wouldn't feel as confident saying that on this one. Bless you, sir. Can you guys hear that, by the way? Technically speaking, though, it could have some hidden bullish evidence if we do take out last week's high, and that would imply a target a little bit more further north to about 82.5 cents. And last week's high is 72.29. Abaton says, it's doggy coin for sure, sir. Google doggy coin distribution and check that nightmare out sometime. Oh boy. should I do it right now? I'm afraid if I show my actual Google search history, this could be bad. Doggy coin distribution. I'm just curious what this is going to bring up. I've learned my lesson with Googling things live on streams. The 100 richest doggy coin addresses in doggy coin distribution. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god, this thing really is concentrated. Holy shit, someone owns nearly 30% of the whole fucking supply. That's also $13 billion. Oh my god, that is so insane. That is so fucking insane. First in was 2019. They just made a trade. Their last trade was like a month ago. That is bizarre. That is fucking bizarre. Holy shit, man. They have... How do you go to sleep at night with 36 billion? Am I reading this? No, sorry, not 36 billion. It's 36 million. Hold on. Let me get this right. No, it is 36 billion. Oh my fucking god. No, sorry, I'm completely reading that wrong. Here, I'll bring this into the stream. All right, what I'm referencing is right here. It's 36 billion doggy coins, but that's about $13 million and some odd change. It's not as bad, but still, like, how do you go to fucking sleep at night when that thing is, well, when that thing's moving, man? That seems scary as hell to me. That would seem scary as all hell to me. All right, hey, thanks for that, Poncho. Hey, Poncho, what's up, man? There he is, Poncho Music. Where the fuck are you, sir? Where the fuck are you, man? Mr. Empire, you always bring the energy. It's good. Abbott says that one wallet owns more than the top 33 wallets below it. Ever seen Dante's Peak? I mean, this is like that. This would be very concerning. I mean, this person literally owns almost a third of the supply. Like one person or one account owns almost 30% of the supply. That's insane. That should be very concerning. And I need a sip of this water, man. All right, it looks like we're getting to the bottom of the comments now, and we've already been here for about an hour and 20, so I think this is going to be the last of the last. What's up, John Escobar? Hi, Krown. What's up, John? Can you check out Front BUSD daily on Binance? Okay, Front BUSD. Okay, Binance. And you said daily. Looking good here, man. Popping above the corner. I'll be looking for a short-term target to about 3.5. Again, market analysis looks good overall, so I'd have to be looking for this one to not just test 3.5, but very likely over time retake it. And well, at that point, you got to be looking towards new all-time highs. Very similar chart here on the weekly too, as a lot of the other cryptos. But at least 3.5 for right now. It can't possibly be that liquid, right? I mean, just until you see the next Elon Musk tweet, Mr. Abbott, where he says something like testing liquidity in doggy coin. Just caused a 50% drop. You know, I mean, we can bring this up. I imagine that, hold on, let's actually see if this lines up here. I just want to see. Okay, when was our last major down? Hold on. Okay, let's go back on over here for a second. This looks rather interesting. When was the last out in this Dogecoin wallet address? April 12th. Let's just spend some time here for a second. April 12th, okay? April fucking 12th. Let's look at the chart. When was this? This down was when? Started. Actually, no. The 12th of April was right here. Goes up a bit, and then you get that nasty down. How far down was that? Hey, give me my measuring tool. Let's see, 65% down right there. I imagine there's a little bit of offloading at those prices, but this baby's getting ready for new highs here, man. This baby's getting ready for new all-time highs, it looks like to me. Lol, thanks for everything, Krown. Get pumped up for the gym. Hodl some salmon to your pie hole. Oh, my fucking man. You know exactly that, sir. All right, man. I think it is time for me to sign off. It's been an absolute pleasure, though. Generally speaking, the big focus today is Mr. Buterol. Mr. Buterol is looking absolutely fucking girthy. New ultimate at 3,100. I do not think that things stop here. I do think that things will have a bit of a short-term pullback or medium-term pullback somewhere around about 3,300-ish region, 3,250 to 3,300-ish region, and then sets it up for further continuation probably later this week or maybe next week. Overall, all higher-term timeframes for Mr. Buterol continue to be bullish and imply new ultimates. As we spoke about yesterday on the long-term analysis video, I mean, this thing can really get going here. So I do think it's really time to be looking at Mr. Buterol. Bitcoin, however, is a little bit different. As we identified earlier, we are still caught within that same sort of bull trappy area, but it is starting to put in a base here, which could very easily make me bullish, at least for another $2,500 to $3,000 move to the upside, somewhere around about 6,500-ish region. And that would be that would be my interpretation if Bitcoin closes on a new high here at about 58,200-ish region. And to be fair, things do look good. We got hidden bullish divergence coming off the 4-hour lows. We got 4-hour TSI turning up as well, or seemingly about to turn up with any sort of a closure above 58.5. Well, maybe not happening on this closure, but will come down on next closure as well. And that is going to be further enhanced by the daily and more importantly the weekly, which the weekly can actually confirm hidden bullish divergence by taking out the last few weeks high. In fact, we might have already done that. No, we didn't. No, we have not. But if we take out last week's high at 58.5, that's going to imply targets, a little bit north of $60,000. So fair enough. Bitcoin might just pull through here, in fact. And if it does have hidden bullish divergence pretty much at the prior time high, kind of hard to hate it, man. At least for that, at least for the next couple weeks. Anyways, with that said, I want to wish everyone well. I want to wish everyone the best of the best. It's been an absolute pleasure. Really fucking enjoying these. We'll probably go back to the regular time tomorrow, but I was feeling like today was a good day to do it on the morning because, well, Mr. Buterol is kind of doing all the fun stuff right now. So with that said, I want to salute you. I want to wish you well once again. Take care.